Dr. Sam stopped at the foot of the bed, his jaw clenched tight with disapproval. He pointed at the old woman lying there, her head wrapped in thick bandages. Her anchor was old and stained with dust from the long journey to the city. She shouldn't be here, he declared loudly enough for everyone in the ward to hear. Two senior nurses snickered behind their hands, exchanging glances full of disdain. One covered her mouth to hide laughter, the other rolled her eyes in contempt. "This is a private hospital," she whispered sharply. "Let her go to a clinic instead." On the bed, the old woman's fingers trembled as she lifted her hands in plea. "Please help me," she begged softly, tears sliding slowly into the corners of her ears. Down the hallway, junior nurse Sonia stood frozen, holding a tray of medical supplies. Her heart thumped heavily in her chest as she watched the scene unfold. She had cleaned the deep wound herself and wrapped the bandage with care. She had called for help urgently, and this cruel response was the result. Dr. Sam turned away abruptly, his face twisted with clear disgust and anger. "Get her out of observation now," he ordered. "She can't afford our services here." He walked away briskly down the corridor, leaving the patient in distress. The senior nurses followed him closely, laughing softly as if pain was amusing. Sonia looked at the old woman, noticing grey hair peeking from under the bandage. She saw the shaking lips and the small torn handbag clutched tightly to her belly. The old woman whispered again weakly, "Please, somebody, help, my child is waiting." The fluorescent lights hummed overhead steadily, casting harsh shadows on the walls. The heart rate monitor beeped rhythmically through the nearby observation window. Lagos traffic roared outside like an angry sea crashing against the shores. Sonia made a firm choice in that moment of injustice and cruelty. She pushed the supply tray aside gently and stepped closer to the bed. "Ma, I'm here with you now," she said, her voice low and reassuring. "I won't leave you alone," she promised, holding the old woman's frail hand. The old woman turned her head slowly, eyes full of pain yet retaining dignity. "What is your name, my daughter?" she asked in a faint but grateful voice. "Sonia," the nurse replied softly. "God bless you abundantly." "Sonia," the woman whispered. Then the old woman slid a small old phone carefully into Sonia's palm. "Please," she whispered urgently, "call my son before it's too late for me." The cracked screen lit up dimly, showing 1 bar of battery remaining. Only one name was saved at the top of the contacts list: Henry. Sonia swallowed hard, her own fingers shaking as she pressed the call button. The ringtone barely completed one full loop before a deep voice answered quickly. "Hello," the voice said calmly on the other end of the line. Sonia looked at the old woman, who gave a tiny nod of encouragement. "Go on," the nod seemed to say. "Speak to him for me now." Sonia lifted her chin determinedly and spoke into the phone clearly. "Hello, Seer. Please don't be alarmed by this unexpected call from the hospital. I am Nurse Sonia at Lagos Ultramodern Hospital calling about your mother." The old woman's hand tapped Sonia's wrist gently, signaling her desire to speak. "Let me speak to him directly," she whispered with what strength she had. Sonia placed the phone carefully to the old woman's ear without delay. The old woman tried to steady her trembling voice as much as possible. It came out thin and brave, despite the intense pain she endured. "Hello, Henry. This is your mother speaking from the hospital bed now. I had an accident on the way from the village to see why. I'm at the hospital now, but they are refusing to treat me. I am dying here slowly, my son." Without proper medical care, her mouth trembled visibly as another wave of pain hit her hard. She closed her eyes tightly and took a long, painful breath. "Please listen carefully to Nurse Sonia," she whispered with fading energy. "She will give you the exact address and directions to find me." Sonia took the phone back gently and pressed it to her own ear. She spoke fast and clearly before the battery could die completely. "Emergency ward B, first floor. She's on bed 3 right now. Please hurry as fast as you can. Her condition is worsening quickly." There was a long pause on the line that felt like standing on a cliff. "I'm on my way right now," the deep voice finally said firmly. Then the line cut abruptly as the phone battery died completely. The cracked screen went black, leaving only silence in its place. Sonia stood very still for a moment, hearing her own rapid breathing. She tucked the dead phone carefully under the old woman's pillow. She checked the bandage once more, ensuring it was firm but gentle. "Help is coming soon, Ma," she said softly to reassure her. The old woman squeezed Sonia's fingers weakly and tried to smile bravely, but a sudden wave of pain crossed her face like a dark shadow. Her legs twitched involuntarily as the pain intensified without warning. Her chest rose and fell too fast, indicating distress and shortness of breath. Sonia darted quickly to the nearby cart and drew a soft blanket. She tucked it around the old woman's shoulders with tender care. She desperately needs urgent, proper medical care. Body positioned between doctor and vulnerable bed. At least immediately start essential intravenous fluids. Confirm payment properly or safely move her. We're definitely not government charity hospital. Rules clearly rules, no exceptions allowed. Old woman made small painful animal sound. Please urgently help her, suffering greatly. Dr. Sam rolled eyes, showing complete annoyance. Keep her minimally stable without resources. He looked directly, warning Sonia, playing hero. If wanting hero outside my private ward. He left quickly, senior nurses following, perfume. Laughter, jokes, fading footsteps, echoing hallway. Sonia stood quiet, feeling heavy room weight. She knew possible serious professional trouble. She also knew cannot simply stand by. She pulled spare saline line supply drawer. Signed earlier discharged patient unused line. She hung quickly, setting careful slow drip. Eyes watching old woman's improving face. I personally answer this, she whispered softly. But you definitely not die. Someone laughed. Old woman's fingers gradually loosened, breathing eased. Her eyes drifted, blinking back, fighting wind. Thank you deeply, she mouthed silently. Save precious strength, Sonia said, voice shaking. Help, urgent shout suddenly cut hallway. Heavy rushing boots, storm entering quiet. Sonia snapped, head seeing through ward glass. 3 dark-suited men stepping elevator security. 4th man walked center, composed, obeyed stillness. He wore simple fine-quality shirt trousers, his face set, stone eyes intensely burning. Receptionist ran breathlessly behind pointing ward door. He pushed open, entering, seeing old woman. Fire eyes broke raw, deep human emotion. His jaw visibly trembled, reaching bedrail. Ground might dangerously shift under his feet. Where exactly? My mother's attending doctor. His voice quiet, extremely dangerous tone. Dr. Sam opened mouth, producing no sound. Sonia thought, familiar deep phone voice. Man turned, scanning every frightened room face. He fixed searching gaze directly on Sonia. You definitely called me, urgent message. What exactly happened? My mother here. Old woman stirred, hearing familiar beloved voice. Her breath hitched painfully, eyes fluttering open. She closed eyes, weak shiver, body pain. Monitors suddenly beeped faster, showing danger. Nurse outside yelled urgently, crash card. Door frame bent, pressure, intense moment. Dr. Sam finally found shaky, weak voice. So Mr. Henry, warmly welcome here. We truly didn't know her identity. She arrived without proper file deposit. Henry's head snapped, sharp cutting words. Mr. Henry, receptionist whispered, hospital owner. Entire ward suddenly went completely silent. Sonia's fingers tightened, rail, heart rate climbing. Man Henry stepped closer, mother's hand. Mama, deeply, I'm here, voice breaking. Mona suddenly screamed, jagged, dangerous tone. Sonia's training instantly took complete control. Move quickly, she shouted, reaching kit. Dr. Sam pale lunged, emergency cabinet. Senior nurses fumbled desperately, finding gloves. Security guards backed firmly against wall. Receptionist clutched door, watching horrified scene. Henry held mother's hand, never releasing. Sonia flashed eyes, sir, please, urgent space. He stepped back 1 pace, eyes fixed. Sonia pressed mask, checked clear airway. She called rhythm, monitoring critical situation. Room pulsed, intense fear. Shock pads. First shock pads emerged, ready use. Lights monitor flickered, dropping flat line. Flat terrible tone echoed ward scream. Everyone completely froze except determined Sonia. Clear urgently. She shouted, placing pads. Old woman's body jerked, falling still. Monitor flickered, green line, then nothing. Again Sonia barked, charging another shock. Dr. Sam hesitated, sweat rolling temple. Vitals completely gone, treatment absolutely useless. Henry's voice sliced, sharp, threatening tone. Touch plug, doctor, never work city. Authority tone snapped, entire room awake. Sonia charged, delivering another strong shock. Clear everyone, another light pulse room. Monitor stuttered, jumping, showing returning life. Madam Agnes gasped, weakly, chest rising. Sonia pressed shoulders, she's safely back. Henry exhaled deeply, eyes glistening gratitude. Thank God, whispered, looking frightened staff. They mocked mother moments cruel ago. His jaw visibly tightened, showing anger. Who exactly charged this important ward? No immediate answer came from anyone. I asked clearly who in charge. Henry's powerful voice boomed, echoing. Dr. Sam stepped forward, composing himself. Sir, I attending doctor emergency call. We truly didn't know patient identity. No proper medical file, immediate deposit. Henry turned, slowly, voice deadly calm. You deliberately left dying woman untreated because she appeared visibly poor, beggar. Silence followed completely, suffocating everyone. She shouldn't actually be here, murmured nurse. We genuinely thought she homeless beggar. Henry raised hand, stopping further words. That beggar, actually my beloved mother. Words hit powerfully like sudden thunder. Everyone room froze, nurses, receptionist, guards. Dr. Sam's mouth opened, silent shock. Sonia's heart pounded, realizing hospital owner, very place humiliated precious beloved mother. Her breath caught, realizing full implication. Henry looked, Sonia eyes noticeably softer. You definitely the one urgently called? Sonia nodded, voice shaking, confirming truth. Yes sir, she desperately begged me. I couldn't simply watch her dying. Henry's face broke, genuine deep gratitude. He turned security, headlocking ward. No one leaves until explicit permission. Guards moved instantly, shutting glass doors. They stood firmly, both corridor ends. Soft air conditioning, hum-filled silence. Henry stepped closer, confronting Dr. Sam. Tell exactly, oath, becoming professional doctor. Sam's throat bobbed, swallowing nervous fear. To properly save precious human lives. To save lives, Henry repeated, rising, not counting patient wallets, judging clothing. To diligently save every human life. Sam's face completely pale, showing guilt. Sir, please understand, we didn't know. Henry's eyes darkened, showing deep pain. He never truly cared, knowing identity. No one spoke, air thick guilt. Madam Agnes stirred, whispering, Henry weakly. He rushed bedside, taking gentle hand. I'm here, mama, voice breaking emotion. Don't shout, hurting yourself, she whispered. He forced small, comforting, reassuring smile. You deeply scared me, beloved mama. Her eyes fluttered open, faint, clear. She turned gaze, Dr. Sam, nurses. Those people cruelly left me suffering. If not young, caring nurse here, I definitely would be completely gone. Henry's eyes glistened, turning mother's words. You rest peacefully, I'll handle everything. He stood, expression turning cold steel. Dr. Sam immediately suspended, effective now. You senior nurses pack belongings quickly. Nurses began crying, begging desperate mercy. Please sir, genuinely didn't know her. That's exactly the serious problem. You never properly cared, knowing truth. Dr. Sam tried stepping forward, pleading. Sir served faithfully, hospital 8 years. In those years ignored poor patients. How many desperate mothers, fathers, people left suffering, dying because appearance. Sam's voice completely broke, pleading mercy. Sir, please reconsider my long service. Get completely out my immediate sight. Security moved closer, ready, escorting out. Sam lowered head, walking humiliated quietly. 2 senior nurses followed, crying softly. Henry turned, Sonia standing mother's bed. What's your complete name again, please? Sonia, sir, she answered, voice soft. News quickly spread, Billionaire's precious mother. Entire hospital buzzed, constant shocked whispers. Inside quiet ward, Sonia adjusted drip. She checked steady pulse, sitting bedside. Old woman watched, kind, gentle, caring eyes. My son, truly good caring man, but deep pain makes forgetting smile. Sonia smiled gently, he smiled, seeing. Madam Agnes closed eyes, tears sliding. That's because almost completely lost me. Sonia wiped tear, gently reassuring safety. He didn't lose, you're completely safe. Ward quiet, beeping, steady city lights. Corridor man suit, whispered Henry. Sir, call replacement, dismissed medical staff. Henry nodded, ordering new caring hearts. He looked toward Sonia, adjusting pillow, whispering softly, caring old beloved woman. Sight tugged deep, something chest. He didn't know complete personal story, but knew genuine kindness cannot fake. He placed hand glass, whispering thanks. Madame Agnes stirred, whispering, seeing angel. Now completely know I was right. Sonia smiled, tears, rest tomorrow better. Outside night deepened, Lagos, cool air. Night nearly ended, tragedy began, unexpected. Henry thought, poorest hands, richest hearts. Neither knew night, changing lives forever. 2 weeks passed, night, Madame Agnes nearly. Story spread quietly, Lagos shame rumor. Every nurse whispered, hallway owner's mother. For Sonia life changed little still. She wore neat blue uniform daily. Greeted patients, gentle, caring, professional smile. Worked long, dedicated shifts, ward B people treated differently, respect or jealousy. She couldn't forget Henry's grateful eyes. Bright Thursday, security called Nurse Sonia. Madame Agnes urgently asking personal visit. Sonia's heart lifted. She's finally awake. Yes, ma son currently with her. She straightened uniform, hurrying VIP room. Sunlight poured golden glow recovery room. Madame Agnes sat cheerful, stronger wrapper tied. Henry stood crisp grey suit, calm smile. Sonia, my caring angel, finally here. Good morning, ma Sonia. Checked drip. Henry greeted. Good morning, Nurse Sonia. His gaze steady, grateful, gentle warmth. How feeling today, ma? Sonia asked. Madame Agnes laughed. Much better, new nurses. But told Henry, want my savior. Sonia blushed. Ma simply did, should. Henry chuckled, calling saving life, should. Need more caring people like you. He gestured. Chair please, kindly sit. Sonia hesitated. Sir, still duty now. Considered definitely part important duty. She sat carefully. Chair respectful edge. Henry's tone grew completely serious. Reviewed everything terrible happened night. Dismissed, neglecting staff, new training. Empathy absolutely first, policy clearly second. Sonia nodded quietly. Good professional change. He opened brown envelope, sliding table. That's sincere appreciation. Keys parked car. Sonia stared speechless. Sir, truly can't. You definitely can, mother firmly insisted. Madame Agnes smiled. God richly bless. You helped without knowing my identity. Sonia tears. Thank you, ma sir. This absolutely too generous, much. Henry shook head. Not saving life. Warm, full silence followed room. Madame Agnes reached Sonia's caring hand. When lying pain, fear your face. Only showed genuine, deep human kindness. I'll completely never forget that. Sonia throat tightened. Glad you're okay. Henry smiled. Will properly reward you. Promoted senior nurse effective week. Sonia gasped. Sir, deeply thank you. He stood extending hand. Thank you. Hands touched, sparked quiet recognition. Sonia felt pulse skip, withdrawing, embarrassed. Henry noticed, saying nothing, gentle smile. He turned. Mother, letting rest mama. Madame Agnes winked. Come again soon. Sonia laughed nervously. Definitely won't disappear. That night, walking home Lego streets, mind replayed Henry's grateful warm eyes.